If you can't lower it with your diet, then I'm going to put you on Lipitor. And 2 weeks later, you say, wow, I didn't eat any red meat, I didn't eat any shellfish this week, and my number is still high. Okay, you promised me, here's your Lipitor. And the problem is that the liver is not working right. The liver is making too much cholesterol. So they say, well, we're going to attack the liver. We're going to break the liver down. And that's how they do it. That's why they always have to check your liver enzymes. They want to make sure they're not doing too much damage to it. But if you can make your liver a healthier liver won't overproduce too much cholesterol. And the way to have a healthier liver is not necessarily by just cutting out things that have high cholesterol in it. It's really keeping your sugar down. Because your liver has to take all the excess sugar in your body and then store it as glycogen. So you make your liver work really hard when there's too much sugar in the body. So homocysteine levels might be more important. If you're concerned about your heart, make sure your doctor finds out what your homocysteine levels are. They should be 6.3 or lower. Something else is called the hemoglobin. Again, some of you may never even have heard of this, but these are things you've got to find out in your blood test. High levels of sugar in the body leads to cell damage. You want to talk for a minute or two? I want to get a drink. Can I introduce you? This is a patient of ours. His name is Jose, and we've been talking about blood sugar a lot. And Jose, before we did this workshop, about 2 years ago, started doing a lot of his own research. In fact, he started spending a lot of time with my son, and my son really was always very heavy into nutrition and exercise. So, Jose, go ahead. Take a couple of minutes and explain to them how.
When I first came, my blood sugar was at 286.
Oh my
fasting. 286. I was way overweight. I mean, I was 265 pounds, and I was wound up taking pills for cholesterol, Lipitor, the glucagon pills for the blood sugar, and the blood pressure pills because my blood pressure was also high. Well, Dr. Craig, his son, started working with me and gave me a diet plan and some exercises, and I started going to the gym and eating right, and the final thing is that I have lost over 90 pounds. My blood sugar is now down to 93, and my blood pressure is down to normal, and my cholesterol has gone down to the point where my doctor took me off all medication. Right now I'm no medication of any kind whatsoever. But it's a healthy diet and healthy exercising. That's the key.
Left one thing out.
And God.
There's something called C-reactive protein. Have you heard of C-reactive protein? It's an inflammation marker in the body. And it's always raised in times of inflammation and always super high in people who are having heart problems. This is, again, a better indicator of heart disease and a better chance of having a heart attack than high cholesterol. So if you're not familiar with this, you have to get this done. You have to tell your doctor, this is a test I need to get done. C-reactive protein indicates inflammation in the body, increases the risk of stroke and heart disease. Now, I don't know, have you ever heard the term inflammatory foods or anti-inflammatory foods? Okay, you know what they mean by that? It's so simple. Certain foods will increase the C-reactive protein. And what are those foods? Red meat, shellfish, dairy products. Those are proteins that the body does not often break down well, so you end up with the highest C-reactive protein. That causes the inflammatory response in the body. Now, inflammation, raise your hand if you've ever come into my office or ever had a time when your back was really hurting you. I mean, the first time you came into me, remember when you first came in that first day, how it hurt to maybe bend? What really caused all that pain was not just the vertebra out of alignment, pinching a nerve. It was the body's response to it, which is called inflammation. So if you are having inflammation, if your shoulder is so bad to the point, if your foot is so bad, what might be a good idea to try to keep the inflammation down in your body? To stay away from anti-inflammatory foods. So if you can barely get out of bed and you say, boy, I'm going to have a couple steaks tonight and finish it off with whole milk and stuff like that, there's a good chance you're going to wake up feeling worse tomorrow. Anti-inflammatory foods are just the opposite. They will reduce your C-reactive proteins. And you're going to get that from fruits. Curcumin is a spice. And have you heard of that, George? That's something? No? Something definitely you and Martha need to look into there. But it's an amazing spice. The omega-3s are God's best anti-inflammatory. You've all heard of omega-3s, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Where are we going to find a good source of them? Fish. Fish is probably the best. Fish, you're going to find two of them. Flaxseed oil or borage oil are going to be two other. Ask Dr. Craig maybe to bring out each one of the supplements so I can kind of show it to people. Okay, this is where I wanted to bring my associate here on here. Santiago, I've known for a while. I've been a trainer at the JCC, and he has taken some of the toughest women I know, and he's gotten them inspired. So, what exercise, we say health is a little bit like a combination lock. It is like you need at least 3 numbers to open up the lock. And certain people say, I eat well, I do everything well, I've got a great attitude. But, that's like having 1 or 2 numbers of the lock. You need to put exercise in that also. Even if you're not overweight, you still need to exercise. So I'm going to have Santiago come on now. He's going to give you a couple ideas of the different types of exercise. And then afterwards, we're going to go into the age groups, and we'll run through that pretty fast. So Santiago, take over, give them a couple ideas.
Excellent. Thank you all for being here tonight. I won't take much of your time. This is very simple, people. As we get older, we become sedentary. We need to start moving. We need to walk. We used to walk. Now we don't walk as much. We drive to the supermarket, wherever we're walking. We're driving. So we need to start walking a little more. Ladies, we need to do some resistance training. Move those muscles a little. It's okay to do that. You're not going to become like guys, muscular. Okay, for everybody. We need to go to the park, at least half hour, fast walk. Besides your diet, exercising, like for every 2 hours of exercise, you will add 3 or 4 days to your lifespan. And that's a wonderful thing. You have control over that. If you don't know how to go about it, there are different programs on TV, exercise videos. You can also go to a gym. There are personal trainers. There's a lot of help out there. I'd like to do something with all of you. Why don't you all stand up for 1 second, please? Stand up for 1 second. You know what happens when you don't stretch your muscles? What happens is you lose movement in your joints. Okay? They become stiff. All of a sudden you can't lean over, you can't reach over, everything hurts, your joints will move. So we're going to start with a very simple stretches. Grab your wrist like this and extend the arms over your head. It's a very simple stretch that you can do every morning when you get up. It'll make your life easier as you go through the day, moving around and doing things. If you twist to the side, to the left, like this, or to the right, hold it for 10 seconds. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing to the right side. That's not so hard to do, right? I'll tell you what.